Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another Ask Glitter video. I recently posted on Instagram asking you all to send me in some questions. I have a bunch of them saved to my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The very first question says, I'm curious as a TTCer myself for several years now. Isn't collecting those pre-baby things hurtful? I know I'm very hesitant to buy or bring anything pre-baby into our home as I get so upset and angry every month when it's always a negative answer. Just curious on your point of view. So if you guys have been watching the vlogs for a while now, you've probably heard me talk about the fact that I have some storage, like bins, tubs full of baby stuff that I have purchased over the years and that we are just hanging on to until we have children. And I've also been talking about the fact that I've been kind of selling off some of those things. So my point of view has definitely changed over the years. When David and I first got married, I was ready to try. I wanted to be a mom as soon as I could be. People were taking bets at our wedding how quickly we were going to get pregnant. Like, that's how excited I was about having a kid. But David didn't really feel the same. He wanted to be more stable. He wanted to have a better job. He wanted to be in a house. He didn't want to be renting anymore. Like, my thought has always been there's never a good time to have a kid. You just have a kid and you make it work. But that was not how he felt. So I think buying baby things it made me feel better emotionally. Like, it just made me happy, and it made dealing with the emotions of being sad and upset that we weren't trying easier to deal with. And it wasn't like I was going out and spending a ton of money. I was going to garage sales and buying cute little baby things or a book here and there. And I don't know, I still think it was worth it for me to do that because at that time it made me happy and it made dealing with those emotions easier. However, since I've had my miscarriage, I have not bought one baby thing. I do not look at baby stuff. I do not go even remotely close to the aisles of baby stuff. Buying things for baby showers is like taking a knife and just stabbing myself in the chest. It's very hard for me emotionally. As you can tell, I'm still getting over my miscarriage and it's still very hard for me emotionally, and I just don't want to be reminded of it. Seeing baby stuff just reminds me of the baby that I should be growing in my stomach, and it just hurts and it's very hard. First question, I'm already crying. Whew. So that being said, I do not buy any more stuff. It is hard for me. I don't think I'll ever buy another baby thing until I see an ultrasound with a baby, or they tell me the gender and tell me that everything is fine and healthy, and then I can start preparing because it's just too painful now. And that's kind of why I've been selling things, because I just don't want to look at it anymore. Give me a second. Okay, I have somewhat pulled myself together. Next question. What is your dream job? I hate the word lucky. It's just like when people say you're so lucky, it literally drives me insane because I don't find myself lucky. I feel like I worked my butt off to get where I am, but I am very blessed that I already have my dream job. I love my job. There is not one day that goes by that I don't thank God that I have such a wonderful job. The people that I work for are amazing. I want to say the people that I work with, but I don't really work with anyone because I do work from home. But the people that I work with are amazing. They treat me so well. They're just the best company ever. So many people have asked what I do. I don't really want to go too much into detail, but my job is not technically a stay-at-home job. I happen to work for a company that allows me to stay home and work because they're really, really far from me and I would never be able to go into the office and work. So they are so wonderful to let me work from home, and I love my job. I love what I do. I'm completely happy with it. I literally could do it for the rest of my life and be perfectly happy. And I also do consider YouTube a part-time job as well. It is part-time pay, full-time, if not more work. And I love that I'm able to do that too. I can't believe that I've made this hobby into something more. And it's wonderful to me. I love that I've kind of like created my own brand. I think that's really cool too. So both of those things are my dream job, and I'm very happy that I get to do them every day. So next question. What got you interested in doing YouTube? So YouTube started, I think, when I was in high school, maybe like end of middle school, early high school. And I remember my brother always sitting in front of the computer and watching the dumbest videos and thinking to myself, like, why is he spending so much time in front of the computer watching videos? I just never understood it. And then one night I was laying in bed, I was on my phone, I couldn't sleep, and I was just kind of scrolling through the internet, and I stumbled across I want to say it was Dulce Candy 87. I just stumbled across her channel and started watching some of her makeup videos, and I started watching like what's in my bag videos, and that got me hooked. Like I had no idea there was like this beauty community on YouTube, and I thought it was so cool. So in 2009, I started my very first channel, which is still out there in the YouTube world, and I started posting videos of like hauls and like beauty stuff, and I was trying to be like a beauty guru. It failed completely. I was not a beauty guru, but I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. I loved learning about editing and different cameras and like getting feedback from other people. I just thought it was so fun. I loved watching videos. So I guess just watching those videos just like got me excited about doing my own, and I have been posting videos on YouTube since 2009, and I absolutely love it. Next question. Do you plan on holding a meetup when you go to Playlist Live? I'm so excited that you're going, and I hope to meet you. That's awesome. I hope to meet you too. It's so exciting to hear that people are going to be at Playlist. I do not have any plans to hold like any kind of official meetup. However, I will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you run into me at Playlist Live, I would love for you guys to come up and say hi. If any of you are going to be at Playlist Live, leave a comment down below and let me know. If there's like enough people that are interested in like hanging out or meeting up or whatever, I can definitely set up like a time and like a specific location where we can meet. Maybe we can like hang out by the pool or something. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be there. Next question. Do you and David think your first home will be your forever home or just a starter home? So David and I bought our first house, which is the one I'm in right now, a little over a year ago. We moved into our house on February 15th of 2015, and it's crazy that it's been a year. When we first bought this home, our plan was to live here for 5 to 10 years. It was definitely nowhere near a forever home. It was just our starter home. We're gonna live here, maybe have a couple babies, and then move up north, like still Florida, but northern Florida. And of course now with David having this new job and all kinds of stuff going on, we definitely are prepared to sell at any time. Like I'm not emotionally like attached to this house. Yes, I love that this is our first house, but it's not exactly everything I've ever wanted. And all I really want is just to be with my husband. So we could be selling anytime now. I mean, it just really depends on what happens with David's job. He could come back and we could stay in this house for 5 to 10 years, or we could be going anywhere else in the state and selling our house. So we don't know yet. We have no plans to sell right now. So don't think like, oh my gosh, you're gonna sell our house tomorrow. We have no plans on selling right now. We will, of course, keep you guys updated through the vlogs, but definitely not a forever home, that's for sure. Next question. If someone is looking to start their own YouTube channel, what advice do you have? I have gotten this question numerous times. I started posting videos and then all of a sudden my entire family and all my friends wanted to start their own YouTube channel, so I've tried to help them. So the things that I tell them are, one, to pick a really good username. Back in the day, you weren't able to ever change your username. I think now you have the option to change it once, but you don't want to like start your channel tomorrow and then the next day have 1 million subscribers and have a really dumb username that you wish you'd never chosen. So pick a good username, really like take some time to think about it, come up with a name that really describes what your channel is going to be about. Then I would also somewhat invest in a nice camera. I don't think you need to go out and buy like the top of the line camera, but I definitely don't think you want to be sitting in front of your, webcam filming a video. There's so many people filming videos nowadays that I think that the higher quality, the better thumbnails, like those things really drag people into your channel, and I feel like you stand out a little bit better. I started my channel on like a really crappy flip camera, and I have progressively gotten better over the years. I would recommend getting like a simple Canon PowerShot camera. I think I got mine for like $200, $250, and just try and use that. I think having nice quality videos really is the key on all this, but I also think that you should just be yourself. Film videos about things that you're passionate about. Not everyone loves grocery hauls, but not everyone loves gaming videos. So find what you're interested in, and then an audience will find you. I definitely believe that there's someone interested in the same things that you're interested in. So post what you love, be yourself, and people will come and they will enjoy your channel. So those are my tips. Moving on, I've like shooken up my phone so much I don't even know where I am. Moving on, okay. My question for you is, do you plan on working outside the home once you have a baby? So this question was so weird to me because I work from home, and the reason why I work from home is because I wanted to work from home to be at home with my kids, so I definitely do not plan on going to work outside the home. I I don't think I ever plan on going to work outside the home. Like, I love being home. I love working from home, so I definitely do not ever think I'll ever go work outside the home, especially when I have kids. And I know that, so I don't have it in my phone, but I know that someone else had asked me something like, I know that you work from home, but do you ever miss like going outside to work and be around other people? I definitely don't miss ever going to work. I don't miss like, I don't know, I don't miss going to work. I love working from home, but occasionally I do miss like having contact with other adult human beings. Most of the time I talk to my dog during the day, especially now that David's gone and he's like, you know, gone the whole week. Remy is pretty much the only one I get to talk to. So I definitely miss a human interaction, but that would definitely not like make me go to get a job outside the home. Okay. Did you watch Making a Murderer on Netflix? If so, do you believe Avery's the killer? So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Making a Murderer, you might want to forward through this question. I watched Making a Murderer and nobody around me watched it and it drove me nuts. I wanted somebody to watch it so I could talk to somebody about it. It is the craziest series I've ever watched. It still drives me nuts. I wish there was more. Like, I wish there was a new episode like every day that I could watch. I binge watched the whole series. The first episode, I started watching it because everyone was talking about it. I really didn't even know what it was about, but everyone was talking about it. It was all over Facebook. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it. Why not? The first episode, I was like, okay, what is this? But then like the further you go, it's like, you just want to shake somebody, you want to cry, you want to throw up. It's like every emotion I felt. I loved it. I thought it was really, really great. I thought it was put together really well. I definitely believe that Stephen Avery is innocent. I believe that Brendan Dassey is innocent. I think that Brendan's brother and was it the other uncle, the ones that like, they were the only two who knew where each other were and they were the only two that could cover their alibi. I think that they did it. Something just tells me that they're not innocent in this whole thing. And I really hope that this gets brought back up and that Avery is freed and that they find out who the true murderer is, because I really don't believe that he did it. And if there comes a day when we find out that like he definitely did it, I will be shocked, because I honestly just don't think he did it. And I don't think Brendan Dassey did it either, because if you really listen to his interviews, it sounds like he'll just say anything. Like he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's just like if you tell him to say something, he's gonna say it. Like I don't know. I just don't think he's smart enough to grasp what's going on, and he just wants to make everyone happy that's around him, and he'll do whatever it is that you want him to do or say. And I think that they kind of use that to their advantage, and I definitely don't think that they're guilty. And I could go on and on and on this question. That show just drove me nuts and I wanted somebody to watch it. So thank you for asking that question, because obviously you can tell I'm very passionate about it. Moving on. What is your next home project after the bathroom? So like I've said in previous vlogs, David and I are redoing our guest bathroom. We are also planning on redoing our master bathroom, so that will probably be the next project. We still have to pick out a vanity for that bathroom, but we've already got the tile and the toilet and everything, so that one will probably be our next project. However, I want to work in our spare bedroom as well. Like I said previously, the spare bedroom has just kind of been sitting empty because we thought we would turn it into a nursery sooner rather than later. However, we've been in our house for a year and that room has not been touched. And I think it's kind of a waste of space. So I really want to go in there and paint and kind of turn it into my filming room. I do have an office, but I think it'd be nice to have a filming room where I have my tripod set up and my lighting set up and everything is perfect where I need it to be at all times. I mean, it's an extra room for me, but David doesn't care because, like I said, it's been a year and we're not doing anything to it. So I think I might be working on that as well as the master bath kind of in the same time frame. So those are my two projects that are like on the list ready to go. Okay, what is the hardest part about being away from David? There are so many things that are hard about being away from David. It's hard at night, like, to talk on the phone and not just like have him next to me and be able to like talk to him and kiss him goodnight. I feel very lonely some days. It's hard. I mean, David and I, when we started dating, we were neighbors. So we saw each other every single day. Even though we didn't live together, we lived so close to each other that we saw each other every single day. When we got married, we saw each other every single day. So this is the first time we've ever really been apart, and it's hard. But I think the hardest part for me personally is having to depend on other people. David and I make a really great team. He's really good at things that I'm not great at, and I'm really good at things that he's not great at, and we balance each other out really well. So when he's not here, there are certain things that I just can't do. One weekend he was home and he like set up a new TV in our guest bedroom, and it kind of affected the internet, but the internet started working again, and so it wasn't a big deal. Well, Monday, it was like midday and the internet went out, and it was like the worst thing that could happen because I work from home. I have to have internet. So I'm on the phone trying to talk to Comcast, figure out what's going on. Of course, what's going on is that David messed something up when he was hooking up the TV, and it wasn't something that they could fix. So he had to call his brother, have his brother come out, help me work on the internet. There's been multiple times where my dad has to come over and help me do things, and I hate that I have to call other people and depend on other people. I feel like I'm a grown adult, I should be taking care of myself, my husband and I should be doing this together, and it really sucks that he's not here for things like that. And of course, nothing goes wrong on the weekend. On the weekend, everything's great. As soon as he leaves, the house is like falling apart and I need help. So it really sucks that I feel like I'm like a single woman, just like, you know, doing my own thing, which isn't awful, but it's like I'm so used to having him here and I'm so used to being a team that it's like I hate that he's not here and that I can't depend on him to help me with things, that I have to depend on other people. I hope that made sense. I feel like I've been rambling. I'm sorry this video is so long. Next question, do you plan to visit Disneyland, California? I would love to, however, I don't think it's something that I'm only going to go to California to visit Disneyland. I think I would have to like go to Disney or to go to California for other things and then visit Disneyland, because I hear it's not that big. Once you've been to Disney World, going to Disneyland, it's kind of like just not very exciting because it's so much smaller and there's not as much to do. So I definitely would love to, but it's something that I'm not just going to go there for. Okay. Oh, where am I? Second to last question. How did you become interested in line dancing? So David and I go line dancing all the time. We used to go every single Friday night. I think for like 2 years in a row, we went every single Friday night, and I love it. I would still love to go every single Friday night. It's so much fun. We first started going before I turned 21. It was like the only place you could get into before you turned 21. And of course, we were already married and all of our friends were going out. I'm the baby of the group, so I was the last one to turn 21 in our group of friends. So everyone was going out and I wanted to go out, but there was nothing that we could do. So we started going to this bar that did line dancing, and I felt so uncomfortable there because I couldn't drink. I wasn't 21 and I didn't know any of the dances. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I just need to learn the dances because then I can have fun. So I just started learning the dances, and it wasn't something that like I like stood on the sidelines and really learned. I just went on the dance floor and started doing it, and eventually I caught on to it, and now I know pretty much all the dances. So being underage and wanting to go out was kind of what started the whole thing, but honestly, I'm not a clubber. I hate putting on a dress and heels and going to a club. That's not how I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable in heels and a tight dress. I feel comfortable in my little shorts and my cowboy boots and a cute little tank top. That's where I feel comfortable. So I love going out wearing whatever I want and just having a good time dancing. By the end of the night, I'm like covered in sweat. I love just hanging out with my friends there and just standing on the sidelines and like having a drink with them and then going to dance. And it's honestly just one of my favorite things to do, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so glad we started going there because it's just like the best cardio and so much fun. Last question. What kind of music is your favorite? What is one thing you would do if you knew you couldn't fail, and what is your dream vacation? So I love all kinds of music, but definitely country music is my favorite. I love Chris Stapleton. Recently, I've been listening to his station on Pandora. I think he has an amazing voice, and I just love country music. That's what I grew up on, and that's just like, it feels like home when I listen to it because I'm just so used to it. What is one thing you would do if you knew you couldn't fail? That's such an interesting question to me. I don't feel like I've ever been asked this question before, and honestly, I don't think I've ever been afraid to fail. It's just, I don't know, it's just not something I've ever been afraid of. I think that failing is a sign of growth. I would rather try something and fail and know that it didn't work so that I could either try it a different way or try something else than have to sit back and think, man, I wonder what would have happened if I had tried that. Like, that is a fear to me. Like looking back on my life and thinking like, man, I really should have done that, or I should have tried that. I don't know what I was so scared of. So failure is like not something I'm afraid of. Whatever, you try it, you fail, you fail. I mean, you move on or you figure out a new way to do it. At least you know. So don't be afraid to fail, because failure, I feel like, is just a way of learning. There's so many things online where it's like, Disney was turned down XYZ amount of times, but he still has like this huge legacy, and Coca-Cola failed so many times. They still are like one of the most known companies. So failure is just a way of learning to me, and it's definitely not something I'm afraid of. Then the very last question, what is your dream vacation? I love going out of town. I love going on vacation. It's so fun to explore new places. But I think right now, if you could hand me a ticket and say, go wherever you want, I think I would pick Bora Bora. I've just seen so many pictures and so many videos of the little huts, and I just think that they're so cool, and I think it'd be so wonderful to just like have my husband and I just go and take a week and just relax and like not have our phones, not have any kind of communication device with anyone else, just be the two of us enjoying some time away on the beautiful water and get a couples massage. And if anyone wants to send me to Bora Bora, let me know, I'm ready to go. Anyway, that is all the questions that I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit better. If you're not following me on Instagram already, make sure to do so. That way you don't miss on any more call for questions posts. I will have my link in the description box below. I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.